Hello everybody, this is Tim the Enchanter, and welcome back to Let's Play Civilization 6. I am starting my second leader in my attempt to play through every leader in Civilization 6. So we are moving on to Amanitore of Nubia. The Nubians were, if you're familiar or not, was the area on the actually it's called the upper part of the Nile. If you're looking on a globe, it's actually below Egypt, and is basically modern day Sudan. But it was the kingdom of Kush, which is sometimes referred to in the Bible or other ancient documents. And in the book of Acts, Philip appears or basically gets teleported to meet with a eunuch of who may have been Queen Kandake of Meroe, or Amanitore. Anyway, so that's the leader that we are going with this time around. It's a good step forward in the Civilization series, really introducing new cultures and civilizations that haven't been featured, and so that's what we're doing today. So a couple things about her. Basically, she gets a production boost of 20% towards all districts, which goes up to 40% if there is a Nubian pyramid adjacent to the city center. So we definitely want to get a Nubian pyramid adjacent to each of our city centers. Then there is the Tasseti, which is a boost of 50% towards ranged units. All ranged units gain 50% combat experience. Mines over strategic resources provide +1 production. Mines over bonus and luxury resources provide +2 gold. So there are definitely some extra boosts for mines. So it's a more production-oriented civilization. Patati Archer, Nubian unique archer era unit that replaces the archer. So this is a fantastic unique unit. Anytime a unique unit is better than a unit that you are going to build a lot of anyway, that's a great unique unit. Going back to my previous playthrough with Alexander, their units are not necessarily ones that you would build a lot of. The Hapaspatoi or whatever it was. Again, early cavalry units aren't always that great, especially if that run it hurt us a lot that we didn't have access to horses right away, but I'll come back to that later. Anyway, so it gets extra movement and has actually more strength, although here it's weird, it doesn't tell us what exactly it is, and I'll have to look that up. And lastly, the Nubian pyramid is an improvement. So this is an improvement that can be built by your builders on any tile, but except it must be a desert hills, or floodplain. It generates +1 faith. It also receives additional yields from adjacent districts. So if you put a district next to it, you'll get better yields on those. +1 food if adjacent to a city center. So this is a chance to get out extra faith and food. For all of the districts that award adjacency bonuses, +1 of the appropriate yield if that district is adjacent. So this can potentially be a pretty powerful improvement, particularly on tiles that normally you don't get a lot of. And I haven't really played this before, but depending on how it interfaces with Petra, you could be getting you could put these down on tiles that are already being improved by Petra and make them even better. So I'm not sure if that'll work, but it's worth giving it a shot too. So basically, we're going to go with another Pangea map again. Amanitore is obviously, if you want to pursue a domination victory, she is certainly well suited to do that, because you can get a lot of archers out early, and so you can certainly rush some other civs off the map quickly if you really want to. She also does have some advantages, obviously, with the +1 faith. If you want to pursue a religious victory, you certainly can. And also there are a lot of the civics or the policies that let you purchase things with faith instead of production. And so some of those may mesh well with her as far as another way to get out units besides production. But she's definitely a leader who can pump out some pretty powerful early units and do a lot of damage. Let's see. We're going with the Pangea map. Again, I don't know that I will try a domination victory, but I will at least leave it as an option. And otherwise, everything is pretty standard. Standard speed, standard map size. We are staying on King difficulty. Again, I don't usually try military victory, so that was a little bit of an adjustment for me with Alexander. And Alexander certainly has some problems, as I had discussed in that previous playthrough. Anyway, so we are going to go ahead and get started.
From the first stirrings of life beneath water, to the great beasts of the Stone Age, to man taking his first upright steps, you have come far. Now begins your greatest quest. From this early cradle of civilization...
Regrettably, I at least initially have the music turned off to avoid DMCA flags. Thanks, Metallica, for ruining everything for us.
The empire you command shall claim the horizon as its border.
Kids, if you don't know what I'm talking about, just Google Metallica and Napster. It'll all make sense later. All right, so right off the bat, we have, again, we've got some of those desert tiles where we can throw down some of the Nubian pyramids. Otherwise, this is not a super great start, at least off the bat. We don't have any resources that we can improve. I will probably at some point also do some sort of a tutorial, but a really good tip for you if you don't do this already. Where is it? Let's see. Map options. I always play with yield icons on. That tells you how much you're going to get. I think it defaults to off, but it's really real helpful to always have it on so you can see right off the bat like what the base yields of the tiles are going to be and then what you can improve them to. So I'm guessing that there's probably some other bonuses here that haven't been revealed yet. This is interesting. I wonder if this is ocean over here. We may have a good potential campus site up here. We're going to go ahead and settle in place and see what we see. So this is right off the bat going to be a potentially food poor start, just like we had last time with Alexander. We are going to go ahead and we'll go ahead and go for the early builder. Again, I think hooking up the mine here. The problem is if we put a mine here, we will really kill our growth early on. So we aren't going to get much out of a mine until we have enough growth going to keep growing, even if we are working a tile that is giving us no food at all. So that will be a challenge early on. Did we get... Okay. Well, all right. So right off the bat, we have named our continent America. So I think we will go ahead and grab mining right away because we really want to just go straight for our Nubian pyramid. But also, alternatively, if we may jump over here because we also want to unlock archery as quickly as we can. And then depending on whether or not we get this boost, founding an early religion could potentially be really helpful to us if we want to go the religion route. Otherwise, obviously, we are developing Code of Laws right away. Check my first episode, or it's a common rant for me. Okay, this is a good sign that we'll have another potential city down here. I complain about this a lot, that early on the game doesn't really give you any type of a decision when it comes to picking at least one thing or another right off the bat with Code of Laws. Again, here, deciding which of these that we want to pursue is an interesting choice, and it's never one, going for archery right away instead of masonry wouldn't necessarily be a misplay. It's just two different options, both of which are viable. Versus this, and again, I don't know if they don't want to throw too many decisions at you all at once. But again, having something where like I don't even have to pick, just seems like pretty simplistic, uninteresting gameplay right off the bat. We are not going to wander too far away. Oh wow! So this is a great spot. So we will definitely try to get a settler down here early. And again, as we learned from our Let's Play with Alexander, we definitely want to... Oh, that's trouble. So, depending on the barb situation, we may actually go... After we get mining, we might quickly go for archery. Because this... actually, we've got to cut that guy off. Because if he gets back to where he's going... then we are going to be...
is the most complex intertropical alluvial plain of the planet, and perhaps the least known area of the world.
So, we did get that early boost to astrology. Again, once this little exclamation comes up, if the scout gets back to the place from whence it came, it will automatically spawn some units who are going to come straight after you, which is never good. So I think we are not going to be able to stop that, which is unfortunate. Yeah, so here we go. So actually, it didn't spawn a huge force right off the bat. Oh, this is handy. So that at least is manageable. Let's see. Man, again, 2 playthroughs in a row where we have a really shaky start. We're going to go ahead and get a slinger out early. Let's see. I think we actually are going to go ahead because I don't necessarily see a lot of benefit to... Well, okay, so here's what's difficult to decide. If we put our pyramids down here, a pyramid is going to give us the same boost to food as a farm, and on top of that, it will give us a bump in faith. But I think, how long is it going to take us to do this? Okay, so we don't really have a quarry that will give us the boost. All right, so I think since we don't have the boost to that, we're going to go ahead and go archery first. So the main reason we're doing this is because we are going to hopefully be able to get the boost here with our slinger. So we can get to archery much faster. We'll get to archery in the same amount of time it would take us to get to masonry, if not faster, because we should be able to complete this boost. So that is what we are going to do. And I may wait and not improve these because, again, I can go ahead and put a farm down here and in the mine there. That will also get us some early production boosts. But yeah, I think getting some archers out to clear potential barbarians will make it easier for us once we come back around and do start developing more of our city or building new cities. That will give us a lot more security. So at this point, again, we're still running surplus food because we've got the regular 2 there. We've got 3 here. So basically, between the 2 of those, we're still averaging 2. I think one thing about King is that it definitely, man, I'm lucky that it did not take out our builder. That would have been terrible RNG. Oops, that was a misclick. All right, so right off the bat, we got to come repair our farm, but we are going to get a fertility boost in these tiles. All right, so that is convenient timing. Going to keep him here so we don't lose him to the scout. One of my goals for this game is to improve my unit management. I think we are okay with, well, let me think here. Let's go ahead and get out another slinger early because, again, once we tech up to archery, we can upgrade these slingers to the Patati archers. So I think that will give us a better chance to secure this area before we move our settler down here, because I think we are going to go ahead and, let's see, here's the difficult thing, is trying to figure out if we can get 2 cities in here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We could put a city here, right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So let's do the math here. If we put a city here, there's my map tags. Where do we want that? So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think we can put it there. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe put another one here, I think, if I'm doing the math right on that. And again, I could be one off where we could do it here, but I'm pretty sure it has to go there, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we could put one there, or 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think this would be too close. But that would still let us get 2 cities in this area where we're working. This one's getting a ton of bonuses there, and then this one still it won't get it right away, but again, we could have something over here. So yeah, moving this way gives us a lot of potential growth. All right, so we'll tentatively hold those there for now and see what develops.
At his best, man is the noblest.
All right, so we definitely need the barbarian boost, and I think this is an interesting decision. So early on, okay, so here's my thinking. If we are able to get units out faster by going production, that will let us get builders up sooner, which will hopefully let us get some Nubian pyramids up sooner, which will hopefully maybe make up for what we're sacrificing in faith. So that is the plan that we're going to go with. And we're going to go ahead and put a farm down there. That's going to finish up our builder, but gets us a boost to craftsmanship. Yeah, so once we get this next slinger out, we'll go ahead and go settler and then builder again, I believe. And since we got the boost to craftsmanship, should we boost to craftsmanship? We will go ahead and unlock craftsmanship. Ah, so many barbs already. All right, so there's our archery boost. And fortunately, we did not lose our warrior, but we are going to beat a tactical retreat. Actually, we'll go ahead and unlock this up here. We will go ahead and take our early promotion there.
I am fond of pigs.
Alright, so we got an early boost to riding. I don't know what we'll be able to do with that. I'm going to bring him back to try to heal him up. Because again, I don't think that we are going to go for riding until we have at least gotten masonry first. Let's go for the kill. All right. Yeah, we're still going to stay offensive with our slingers. Let's finish healing this one up. We will probably, hopefully, get our second city, and then this one can heal there. And then from there we can make our push at clearing out this Barm encampment. All right. Oh, okay. So actually, so we can. So it's 3 tiles away. That has to be. So it can't be within 3 tiles. So we could move this one closer, and if we build it here, all right. So if we go here. Then 1, 2, 3. Then we could put the next one still. I really like it. Oh wait. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. So we can still go 1, 2, 3. So we can put it there. All right. Fantastic. So let's actually adjust our trajectory there. And let's see, I actually want to, I think, get another slinger out, and then we'll actually, I think, go with another settler, and then start filling in builders after that. That is really annoying. I didn't realize they could. Did they get an extra movement? I guess they do. I should know these things by now. So far our plan to take better care of our units is not off to a great start. Alright, so that will be able to heal back up. So while I'm thinking about it, some thoughts on my last playthrough with Alexander. One of the things I was encouraged by the way that particular playthrough failed. Because what we tried to do was just go with this all-military push-out, and and just be constantly at war. And the reason that it stalled is because I got behind in tech and science, or in tech and in culture. So I ended up with back-to-back Dark Ages because there wasn't really anything going on to build towards Golden Ages as much as I tried. So without a balanced civilization that's still, flourishing in some way, with this, really Spartan approach to things, even though it was Alexander and Macedon. We also made people mad and ended up being on the receiving end of a couple different emergencies. So by not really doing anything to be diplomatic, it really put us under the gun, and everybody teamed up against us and stopped us from conquering the world. And that, I think, is actually a good sign, that it does benefit you to try to take a more balanced approach if you can. Although, again, the problem with the victory conditions is they sometimes are counterintuitive that way. Why did my population drop? That's weird. Okay. In this case, let's just get another slinger out to make up for the one that we lost. And then we'll go with... So we'll just build another settler once we get back up to 2 population here. We'll go ahead and get the kill there. I'm going to wait a turn because I don't want to get poached by that slinger.
I shot an arrow into the air. It fell to it.
Good grief, somebody already built a wonder? Wow. Alright, so we're going to clear that encampment. We will build our next city. And right away we're going to actually get up another Patati archer. And then we'll go with our monument. And now we will go ahead and start teching towards masonry to be able to build our pyramids. Although I still don't really see anywhere that I can build a quarry. I could if I move this way. Oh, okay. Well, this is nice. We can get an upgrade there. That's a big era score boost. If we can get an early Golden Age, that would be fabulous.
Without craftsmanship.
Let's see, anything that will help us here. So this gives us an extra production boost. I feel like this is a better trade-off than the combat strength, because this just lets us kick out more units. And I think right now just the straight 1 production is still probably getting us more of a boost than we would get from this. Although what is... I guess we could actually see the math on that. Actually, so we're getting 8.4 here. But it's helping us out a lot more. Here it's 25%, or actually really 33%. And that's towards everything. So we'll see. We may switch it back when it benefits us to build another archer. And let's see, I will go ahead and see if we can push to turn 35. And then we'll put a cut in. That's good that I'm kind of picking up my pace here. Okay, so we also want to make our beeline for political philosophy. So we will do that. And go ahead and get our next upgrade there. That's weird that it doesn't. That's right. So it heals on promotions, but not on upgrades. Another natural disaster. The natural disasters definitely seem to step it up when you increase the difficulty. That is for sure. I'm actually going to take this archer and look and see what's over to our east. We definitely can, if we can get up here, that would be good. There's another potential. We'll see what's up here. This would actually, if we harvest this would be a phenomenal campus spot. But we will see. All right, so we are still stuck at only one pop on our city here. And again, I think we're working. Oh, stupid man. All right. That's what's hurting us. The AI is being dumb. And I should have checked that sooner. Okay. Let's go ahead and get a builder out. It will go faster once my population increases here in a minute. But then I may have to go ahead and lock in this because I would still rather get growth and then production. All right, so we can get a promotion here. Again, we're still going to focus on being offensive. And let's see, I think we will try to explore a little bit more. All right, so we have encountered our first opposing civilization, which is Poundmaker of the Cree. Well, it would certainly be a shame if I have to go to war with him right off the bat. We will kind of see what happens. But look, buddy, this is my spot over here, and because really, I feel justified in saying that, given that Meroe is at the heart of the Atbara River. Really, I feel like anything that the Atbara and Nile River touches is really the sovereign territory of the Meroe, or of the Nubians. So we're happy to share our river with you. Just understand, it's our river. All right, so we found our first city-state, which is Lisbon. And so one of the things I need to do is pay more attention to the unique bonus here. So the suzerain bonus with Lisbon is you get a base of an extra diplomatic favor every turn. And you can pay gold to take care of their military. I guess that's because they're a trade state. Anyway, okay, yeah. So we have discovered them, but we still need to get an envoy to them. And what's their? So their mission is trigger a Eureka for the wheel, which is to mine a resource. So we will actually get that with our builder first thing. So that will be good. Oh, this is kind of a nuisance. It would be good to get another city up this way, but there is not much food to be found. But again, our pyramid will possibly help us out a little bit with that. We'll see. Okay, what was I doing? Oh, I was going to stop at turn 35, and I didn't. Okay, so we will go ahead and put a cut in here at this point. But again, I'm happy with this start so far. Again, Meraway, a little bit food poor, but we've definitely got some nice open space that we can advance to. And we are getting our Patati out, our Patati archers out early to secure the territory around us, and hopefully let us expand without too much trouble from barbarians. So we will see you next time. Thanks for watching, and feel free to like or subscribe and get updates on when more of these come out. Have a great day.